This video is the second episode of cinematic editing. Last time we did this edit, I'm going to put a link for this video in the description. Today we are going to edit this image. So without further ado, let's jump into Lightroom. Before I start making adjustments in the basic panel, I want to change the perspective of the image using the transform panel. Here we have some options. Normally I don't like auto, but in this case it did a good job. Guided is actually good, it gives us control over the lines we want to be straight. Level and vertical are good when we have horizontal or vertical lines, respectively. Finally, I don't always like the full transform, but in this photo it worked really well. We still have the possibility to make some adjustments, and in a future video I can address this panel more precisely. Of course, by choosing the full transform, we will lose some information. So I actually did a mistake. I should have looked more closely at the image when I took it, and realized that since I have to adjust the perspective later, I should use a wider lens or at least take the picture from further away. To get a cinematic look, I'm going to start by flatten the image and have softer tones, so the contrasts, highlights and whites are going down. To compensate that, I'm going to add exposure. I also like to decrease slightly the dehaze and the clarity. In white balance, since the photo was taken at night, I'm going to add blue and green because typically I associate green tones with cinematic images. In the tone curve, I'm going to flatten even more the image and add some fade in the shadows and blacks. Normally, cinematic shots don't have a lot of colors present, so I'm going to focus on orange and aqua. Of course, we still can have some blues or yellows present. And that's what I'm going to do in the HSL panel. I'm also going to desaturate all the colors. And I'm going to reduce the luminance in the color tones. In color grading, normally I adopt a complementary color scheme. In this edit, I'm going to apply something closer to a split complementary, where I will add blue in the shadows, aqua in the midtones, and orange in the highlights. In the global wheel, I'm going to add green. And since I want the colors to mix and the orange to be more present, I'm going to add blending and balance. Next, I'm going to add a vignette and some grain. With calibration, we can do an overall adjustment to red, green and blue in every pixel of the photo, even if a color isn't visible. For example, if I select somewhere in the sky, it's not only blue, there is some red and green. So in this panel, you should play with the sliders and stylize your photo as you like. Here I'm just going to adjust the blue slider, since it can give us this orange and teal look. And I'm going to add purple in the shadows. Now let's do some masking. With the linear gradient, I'm going to add exposure at the bottom of the photo where more stuff is happening, and reduce it on the left side of the building. Besides that, I will add the mask in the sky and finally use the brush to brighten up the hotel sign. The photo is looking too dark in some areas, so I'm going to make some final adjustments to the luminance with color grading. Of course, I could also do it in the HSL pen. And that's it. This is the before and after. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. Here you have more Lightroom videos. Bye!